Show me what you're capable. I think in the future, we're going to have two types of people. We're going to have people who are stuck in a legacy industry in which they think that certifications, names of companies that they worked for, and resumes are the way that you get jobs. And then increasingly, we're going to have a growing segment of people, and I call these decentralized. So these are centralized, permissioned individuals on the left, aka I went to Harvard. Here's my resume from Goldman Sachs. I worked at Uber, Facebook, etc. Those are big signals, permissioned individuals. And then over here on the right, we're going to have decentralized, credentialless individuals who are like, I built my startup, but I dropped out of Harvard. Look at this, piece of copywriting that I did right here. Do you like this individually? Here's 7 deals that I closed over time. Do you want to see those? And increasingly, we're going to be able to prove, as one would on the blockchain, your work. You're going to have proof of work. And that proof of work will be the thing that drives people forward on a go-forward basis. So if you want to get a job, you won't be able to explain your way in an interview and say, this is why you should hire me. You're going to actually have to say, let me show you. Let me show you live. Here's my proof of work. And you can tell me if this proof of work is up to your standard. There was a guy the other day that wanted to produce this podcast. This is a real story. And he interviewed really well. And he had a good story. And we liked him. It was kind of a decent culture fit. And then we were like, show us your work. Show me the best podcast work that you've done. And he showed us. And it was like a bad camera angle, not good lighting. The sound was kind of off. There weren't very many views, the ultimate quantitative indicator of good versus bad in this world. And so we were like, well, I'm confused. You say all these other things, but yet your work product has been subpar. So what happened? And he's like, well, we couldn't do this. We're kind of figuring it out. There were all these limitations. And we were like, unfortunately, this isn't a fit. If you can go somewhere and show us that you can have executed on this, then you can come. Or you can be junior and new in a role, but you can't come head something that you haven't actually done before. And this is really hard because a lot of times when we're young, we're like, well, you need the experience to get the experience. How does that work? And I remember that. But the way that you get the experience is by apprenticing, is by taking junior roles, is by side hustling, and is by doing your own proof of work and not asking for permission from others. If he would have shot his own little podcast and said, listen, I don't have any views, but look at this camera angle that I used. And then I had them edit it like this, and I actually used AI in the copy. And I think our thumbnail could be better, but here's how we did it. Amazing. Probably would have hired that guy.